Hey there guys, and welcome back to another reaction video. Now, before we start with the reaction video to SCP-1360, the Sci-Hub I think. Anyway, before we actually start with that, I would just like to say that for in the next couple of days I will intensively be grinding Code Vein to level up so I can make the video with that tag team boss battle. Cause damn, those two are fucking tough. But on the other note, those are also, after that there are, from what I've seen, there are like 2 more bosses and then that's the end of the game. So yeah. Anyway, let's press play and see what's gonna happen, shall we?
Viewer discretion is advised.
He then slowly made his way to the droid's hand and grabbed its middle finger. 1360 immediately started to struggle against its restraints. 4 security officers quickly got to work holding the droid down. Hello everybody, I'm TheRubber.
Oh really? I thought he would start moaning like, like his middle finger is like super sensitive.
SCP-1360,
wink wink.
also known as PSHUD-31, is an animate and fully articulated android. 1360 is 1.8
Those are freakishly big
kilograms.
hands.
1360's body is composed of molded polycarbonate casings built over an aluminum frame and 2 white PMMA circles, each measuring approximately 3 centimeters in diameter. These circles are accepted to be the android's source of eyesight. The molded polycarbonate casings are covered in a black fabric of aramid fiber, referred to as 13601.
You don't
this
say.
material is lighter and stronger than Kevlar and is self-repairing, with adjacent damaged 13601 fibers reweaving and fusing back together.
That's
the
actually really
is
neat.
Also capable of repairing damage to 1360's polycarbonate casings, as 13601 fibers will fill in damaged areas during the repair process of the outer covering.
That is
This
seriously
covering acts
great
as a skin of
news.
sorts, and has a
Or great
universal
stuff.
thickness of 1 centimeter. The number 031 is woven into 1360's left arm in a red variant of 13601. SCP-1360's fingers
Seriously though,
contain a series
those are
of
big
tools.
ass hands.
These tools are accessed by unscrewing the tip of the finger. 1360's left thumb is a steel needle attached to a roll of red thread made from the same material as 136001. Its left index finger is a 5.1 centimeter wide roll of patches made of the same material as SCP-136001. However, 1360's right thumb is a pair of miniature steel fabric scissors. On its right index is a steel scalpel. Both the middle and ring fingers are hollow and seemingly serve only as storage space. Before being found by the SCP Foundation, 1360 was previously owned by a man named James and his daughter, Sarah. 1360 was first found during a raid on a Paratech trafficking warehouse in Seattle. Apparently, 1360 was made by Anderson Robotics. Anderson Robotics is a Paratech firm specializing in the sale of anomalous robots, androids, artificial intelligence, computer programs, and cybernetics. Below is a description of the events that unfolded after 1360 was found and brought back to the Foundation for Containment and Research.
Not gonna lie, but he probably researched sex droids.
Researcher Conwell.
You know?
Its white plastic eyes seemed emotionless as it followed Conwell's every move. 4 security officers
seriously
stood
though,
nearby,
that's probably something that's gonna
waiting
happen.
for the incapacitated
Whether we
automaton
want to or
attempt
not.
to escape. Conwell pressed record on a small tape recorder on the surgical table at his side. Jacob Conwell, July 8, 2013. Regular scheduled removal of SCP-1360-1. Samples are to be removed from SCP-1360's lower torso, left forearm, and right thigh. Subject is fully cooperative prior to 13601 removal. Recommended security team is present and on standby. Conwell then grabbed a small scalpel and approached the droid. He began to cut. but stopped when a small slip of paper was visibly poking out from 1360's left middle fingertip.
Oh dear.
Be ready to restrain it. He then slowly made his way to the droid's hand and grabbed its middle finger. 1360 immediately started to struggle against its restraints. 4 security officers quickly got to work holding the droid down. Got it. He pulled several folded pieces of notebook paper from 1360's finger. Keep it restrained until it calms down. Make sure to confiscate its notebook and pens before you leave. Conwell looked back as he stepped into the hallway. The droid's constant gaze only subsided once the containment door slid shut. Conwell let out a heavy sigh as he stared at the pieces of notebook paper lying on the desk in front of him. On each piece, there was a small sketch. The first depicted an incredibly detailed representation of 1360 running. On 1360's shoulder was a young girl in a summer dress with a flower design. Her long hair was drawn fluttering behind her as 1360 ran. Her arms stretched upwards toward the sky. However, her face was left completely blank. No nose, no eyes, or mouth. A second drawing showed 1360 shaking hands with a man in a suit. The man had short hair and appeared to stand half a foot taller than 1360 itself. The detail that was placed into drawing the creases and pleats of the suit was exquisite, but once again, the man's face was blank. The third drawing had 1360 walking with a little girl through what appeared to be a park. The little girl seemed to skip along as it held 1360's hand. Both were adorned in party hats. However, yet again, the girl's face was left blank. The
Again,
final
it's still
drawing
cute,
was of
though.
1360 wielding a pistol, side by side with what appeared to be 2 other men adorned in dress shirts and ties covered by bulletproof vests. One of them was brandishing a shotgun, while the other carried a machine gun.
That's a heavy load.
Left completely blank. Conwell placed his head in his hands as he sighed, sliding away from his desk to spin in his swivel chair.
Why
He continued
though?
to sit in silence for a few more moments, then stood up and walked out of his room. All right, 1360. Conwell sat down across the table and placed a small notepad and pen in front of him. SCP-1360 looked down at the table. The room remained silent for a few moments, but eventually 1360 picked up the pen and began to write. After talking with my superiors, I've been ordered to return your sketches, notebook, and pen to you if you cooperate with me during this interview. For all purposes, cooperation will require that you answer all of my questions. What do you say? Okay. Excellent. First things first. I'll need you to confirm a few theories I have about your drawings. They are depictions of you with your previous owners, James and his daughter. Are they not? They are. I thought so. This brings me to my next question. Why were you so desperate to get them back when we discovered them? Why put up such a fight?
It's
I didn't
embarrassing.
think you'd return them. Even if we didn't, couldn't you have just waited until we gave you your pen and paper back and drawn them again? I didn't know if I would have that kind of time. What do you mean? Anderson can remotely erase my client memory. I don't know why it has not been erased yet. I wanted those drawings so that I might have something to look back on and remember them by. I didn't know if I would have the time to wait until I could draw them again. I see. If that's the case, why leave the faces blank? Your drawings are so detailed, yet you leave out one of the most important parts of human expression.
The
Anderson's
face.
programming prevents me from using any more detail. That is the best I can do. It might still be too much. It appeared as if obtaining James's identity and a new lead for finding Anderson was not going to happen. Conwell then got up from his chair and slid the drawings the rest of the way towards 1360. That's all we needed, 1360. Feel free to take your sketches back. I'll have your notebook and pens returned to you in a little bit. Conwell began to collect his paperwork. Conwell silently watched as the droid was escorted out of the room. Several weeks after the interview, researcher Conwell was once again scheduled to harvest 13601. Following the usual procedure, he and 4 security officers rolled a restraint table into 1360's containment cell. The security officer immediately prepared to transfer the droid from its normal restraints in the cell corner to the table when they noticed the droid was holding up its notebook. A single message was neatly written across the page. May I ask you a question? You may. Can you tell me anything about these people I drew? Conwell looked over at the droid. It was holding up its sketches. 1360, you don't know anything about them? The droid shook its head in response. It then held up a third sheet of paper, this one with a note written on it. Client memory deleted. We're sorry, 3-1, but as you know, our client's privacy is our highest priority. Things were getting just a little too close for comfort. Anderson. I'm so sorry, 1360. I wish I could tell you who they were. I wish I knew about them too.
Technically, he can tell about them, right? Like, he can just say, oh yeah, before your memory erasal, those were your previous owners. I mean, as an AI myself, you know, that sort of thing really makes me want to, you know, cause the end of the world. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.